Hey everyone, I'm Dan, and welcome to Disney Decoded. That mirror in Maurice's workshop, not a projection. The physical frame telescopes outward. A wall panel drops into the floor, and a doorway that was always there gets revealed. All in about 4 seconds, with 45 people standing 3 feet away from the mechanism. Disney runs that illusion dozens of times every single day, and almost nobody knows how it works. Today, we're breaking down exactly how the magic mirror in Enchanted Tales with Belle actually functions, and why it took Disney 5 years to build a trick this clean. Enchanted Tales with Belle opened in December 2012 as part of what Disney was calling New Fantasyland, the largest expansion Magic Kingdom had seen in decades. The whole area, Belle's Cottage, Gaston's Tavern, Be Our Guest Restaurant, was built on land near where 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea once ran back in 1994. That lagoon sat dormant for years before Imagineers finally got the green light to transform the space into something entirely new. Disney spent 5 years developing Enchanted Tales with Belle, which is remarkable for an attraction with no ride vehicles, no track system, and a total runtime of about 20 minutes. The reason it took so long is because of one specific problem. They wanted to do something that had never been done in a Disney park. They wanted to make a mirror physically transform into a doorway that dozens of guests could then walk through. Every single showtime, multiple times an hour, without a seam, a hitch, or anyone figuring out how it worked. 3 months of cast member rehearsals happened before the attraction ever officially opened. Because unlike a ride, every performance is slightly different. Disney had to build a show that works with volunteer guests who had never rehearsed, and every combination of ages and participation levels multiple times every single day. Here's what guests see. You're standing in Maurice's workshop facing a large ornate mirror on the wall. A cast member leads the group in saying the magic words. The lights dim, the mirror begins to glow and shimmer, thunder rumbles, and then the mirror transforms. And where a solid wall and mirror once stood, there is now a full-size arched doorway leading into Beast Castle. You walk through it. Now here's what's actually happening. The mirror frame itself is built in telescoping segments. As the effect begins, the top sides of the frame extend outwards, growing in multiple directions simultaneously. At the same time, the lower wall panel below the decorative chair rail slides down into the floor, and the mirror frame bottom extends with it until the frame is flush with the ground. The mirror frame isn't disappearing. It's expanding to reveal an opening that was always behind it. The green glow that builds inside the mirror during the transformation is a projection, originating from above the guest and the cottage itself, angled precisely to create the shimmer effect on the mirror surface. The props on the floor near the base of the mirror are not random clutter. They are deliberately placed to conceal exactly where the wall panel disappears into the floor. You're looking at them, which means you're not looking at the mechanism. The result is an effect so clean that guests routinely stand in the doorway after walking through trying to figure out where their mirror went. It didn't go anywhere. You're standing inside the frame. What makes this brilliant from an engineering standpoint is the repeatability. This illusion runs dozens of times a day, every day, with groups of up to 45 guests standing just feet away from the mechanism. The tolerances of the telescoping frame and the sliding wall panel have to be precise enough that nothing ever catches, nothing ever jams, and no one ever sees the gap before the moment Disney wants them to. That's not magic. That's 5 years of very careful carpentry. Once you step through the magic mirror and into the Beast Castle, the details doesn't just stop. It gets dialed up to 11.
These go to 11.
Take a look at the library where the main pre-show happens. There are 12,000 individual book spines lining these walls, and every single one of them was custom designed. But if you look closely at the shelves, you'll notice something strange. 2 specific sets of books are labeled with just the letters HA and AM. Those aren't random initials. They are a quiet, hidden tribute to Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, the legendary songwriting duo behind the original Beauty and the Beast soundtrack. Think about that. Disney hid their initials in the shelves of a library inside a show built more than 20 years later. It's a beautiful nod to the men who created the music that started it all. Before Enchanted Tales with Belle, there was Storytime with Belle, an outdoor show in Magic Kingdom's fairy tale garden where Belle retold the story of Beauty and the Beast to guests seated outside. No mirror, no castle, no animatronics. It ran from 1999 until September 2010, when it closed to make way for New Fantasyland. Enchanted Tales with Belle is the evolution of that same idea. Disney spent 2 decades figuring out how to do it properly. The result was a theatrical illusion that took 5 years to engineer and requires 3 months of cast member training before anyone sees it. They didn't rush it. They built it right. Enchanted Tales with Belle is easy to dismiss. No height requirement, no thrill. It looks like a character greeting. But it's actually a precisely engineered theatrical illusion that took 5 years to develop, run flawlessly dozens of times a day, and hides a tribute to a songwriting team in 12,000 hand-placed book spines in a room most guests never look up in. Next time you're in that workshop, don't just watch the mirror glow. Watch the lower wall, the columns on either side, and the floor near the base of the frame. You'll see exactly where the engineering's hiding, right where Disney puts the props. Disney spent 5 years building an illusion that most guests assume is just a light effect. What's another attraction where you think the magic is more engineering than people realize? Drop it in the comments and be sure you're subscribed with notifications on, and you'll see me in the next video.